In this video, I'm going to cover the routing slip, which is one of the most effective communication tools that we have in our dental practice. This here is an example of a routing slip generated by our practice management software PracticeWeb. So what exactly is a routing slip? Essentially, it is a piece of paper that holds important information about the patient's visit. So at the beginning of the day or the day before, we get one routing slip per each patient in the schedule. You can use it as a reference and you can use it as an internal communication tool, as you're about to see. Routing slips are usually divided in multiple sections. The first part is the basic information about the appointment. It has the patient's name, last name, the appointment date and time. It'll tell you how long this appointment is for, who is the provider, and in this part you will also see any notes that are important for the team to know. We usually put services or procedures that will be done on that appointment that the patient has already paid for, or any co-payments that we need to collect for that visit in order to provide these services. Team members can use the blank space on the right, so front and back office can communicate by handwriting specific notes in this area. Usually we use it to specify when and what is the next appointment for. You can also write any changes in the treatment that was delivered. For example, if the patient was scheduled for root canal treatment, but we only ended up doing open and med, we need to communicate that verbally, but you write it down because the front desk person might be on the phone, or anyone who's able to come and help the patient can now see in the routing slip what the patient needs. If you need to change information already on the printed notes, for example, if the printed notes say collect copay of $59, you can just write paid next to it. You can also write any consultation follow-ups, check for medical clearances, consents, and any other notes that you consider is critical for the team to know. Ideally, all these notes should be recorded on the system by going to the ComLog tab, but this is a way to make the next staff member aware of the information that may not be too obvious unless you go digging for it on the system. Other notes that you can include are special dates, like birthdays or anniversaries, any patient's preferences, for example, if the patient doesn't like mint polishing paste, or the patient doesn't like to be reclined too much, and any referrals, so we have a chance to mention it to the patient and thank them for referring their friends and family. On the second part, you'll see the patient's age, any medical warnings, any allergies, when is the patient due for recall, and you will also see the patient's family members. Here you can check on the patient's relatives to make sure they have their recall appointment set up, and if they are beneficiaries of the insurance, but they are not patients of the practice yet, you can ask the patient if they're seeing a dentist and discuss the new patient special or any other incentives we have for new patients. On the third part, you'll see the insurance information. Here's the deductible, the basic breakdown of benefits by percentage, and you can even see if the patient has one or two insurance plans. On the fourth part is the accounting information. This will show if the patient account status is positive or negative. And last, the fifth part is the treatment plan that still needs to be delivered. So this is what we use to encourage patients to make arrangements to get their treatment done as soon as possible before it changes to something else. And that is the routing slip. Use it to stay informed and to inform other team members of important information about the patient's visit.